Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, Mystic Magic. In today's pick a card reading, we are going to be finding out why people love you. I'm super excited to film today's video. And so I have 4 piles for you to choose from today. Over here on group number 1, we have some Amazonite. I always want to call it aquamarine, but it is in fact Amazonite. So we have this crystal and we have the Luminous Spirit Tarot deck. I always forget what it's called. Okay, on pile number 2, we have some tree agate. Or it's moss agate. I don't know. These 2 crystals, I always get confused, but I will put a subtitle on the screen if I'm wrong. And we also have the Prisma Visions Tarot. On group 3, we have some Rainbow Moonstone. And we also have the New Moon Tarot. And on pile number 4, we have some Orange Calcite. And we have the El Dios de los Tres Tarot deck. Okay, so feel free to pause the video if you need some more time figuring out which pile you're the most drawn towards, and then once you've chosen, you can scroll down to the description box or the pinned comment and skip ahead to your reading. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so take the messages that resonate and leave the rest behind. Don't try to force all the messages to fit for you and your life. There could simply just be messages here that are meant for other people watching that just aren't meant for you. And remember that tarot is a tool that reads the current energy, and energy is always changing, so remember that you have free will and the power to create change. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hey there, pile 1. If you chose the Amazonite and the Luminous Spirit Tarot deck, this is your reading all about why people love you. I'm so excited. So we are actually going to start off with some oracle cards, and when I was tuning into your energy, I was very clearly hearing the song, I think it's called The Motion by Drake. So you may want to listen to that song or check out the lyrics, but kind of the vibe that I was getting was a bit different than how I feel the song comes across. Like, I feel like you're really go with the flow kind of people. This group has a very, very chill energy. It's just like you feel really centered, really calm, I feel like you would be good in a crisis, okay? So we have Illumination. Ooh. And we have Wisdom on the back of the deck. Yeah, look at all this water. You guys are very, yeah, and relaxed underneath. Yeah, you have this like very chill, serene kind of energy to you, pile 1. Like, it's like, you know the feeling that you get when it's a beautiful summer day and it's sunny and there's no clouds in the sky and it's like the perfect temperature and there's a nice breeze and you're at the beach and you can hear the water and everything is just like quiet and peaceful and you're like, wow, I just want this moment to last forever. It's like that's your energy. Oh my goodness. People also love how insightful you are. You have a lot of depth to you. I'm getting really strong Pisces energy actually with this group. You have a lot of insights and wisdom, and I feel like you're the kind of people who you don't have to say a lot to make an impact. Like, there's some people who talk a lot, and out of everything they said, it's like you could sum it up in a few sentences. And it's like, I feel like you're the kind of people where it's like, you'll be silent and then you'll say what you need to say, but whatever it is that you say like comes with so much impact, and people are like, whoa, like where did that come from? You're like dropping truth bombs here. I feel like you've helped a lot of people to enlighten in some way or learn or grow or expand in some way, and people love this about you. It's like you're a teacher and you may not know it. I just heard I'm a poet and I know it. So maybe you're a writer or something like that. But we also have the Spark of Hustle coming out. I love this card. This card makes me think of the star because it's number 17. And it's like something that people love about you is that you always follow your true north. You always follow your intuition. It's like, even if you don't know, you know. And people love that about you. Like, you may not know 100% where you're going, how something's gonna work out, but it's like you'll follow that feeling and you'll just go for it anyways. And a lot of people love and admire this about you. Ooh, okay. So we also have changes coming out, and this card makes me think of the Wheel of Fortune. I just heard happy-go-lucky, happy-go-lucky. It's like, even if things are falling apart, or they appear to be falling apart, or something's not working out, it's like you don't panic. You're like, you just go with the flow. You're like, nah, guys, like, it's all good. like we're vibing. It's all right. Like, and I'm hearing that song. It's from, I think it's in the second Shrek, but it's like time to face the strange changes. Yeah, it's like you meet these uncomfortable or difficult or just changes in general with such nonchalance is how I want to put it. You're just like, okay, this is happening. All right. There's like no resistance to you or your energy. I feel like you guys also really like to travel, or you have a lot of big dreams about traveling to different places. Maybe you like to go on adventures, maybe you like to go hiking. I feel like you're very outdoorsy kind of people. You love nature, you love animals, things like this, spending time outside. And people love to hear about your expeditions. People love to hear about your adventures and like see all the pictures that you've taken, or just like hear your experiences, because I feel like I just heard 1 in a million. So it's like people who know you, it's like you're probably the only person or one of a few people who are like this. And so you really stand out in your social group or your workspace or your community. You really stand out. It's like you're very different, but it's not in a bad way at all. It's like people feel like you're a treasure because you're so unique and they don't know anybody else like you. We also had Cozy Up with Risk coming out in reverse. And this is making me feel like something else that people love about you is that you're not afraid to cut your losses. Like, if you start heading in a direction, or you start investing your time or your energy into something, and you change your mind, or you see that like, something isn't up to par, or something is just like not what you expect, you're not afraid to pivot. You're not afraid to change your mind. You're not afraid to redirect the course or the direction that you're going in. And I'm also hearing you have a really good head on your shoulders. And okay, now I'm like, they're literally showing me the logo of Head and Shoulders, like the like the shampoo and conditioner. So maybe you have really nice hair and people love your hair. Okay. Like very luscious locks, whether you're a guy or a girl, doesn't matter. I don't know, it's like silky and shiny and smooth and beautiful. Okay, tell me your hair secrets. Interesting. Okay, this is kind of specific and this doesn't have to apply to you, but I'm getting a situation where it's like maybe you have like a fire sun sign and a water moon or water rising or something like that, because I'm getting really strong also Sagittarius energy coming through. Okay, you guys are really funny, or you have spirit guides who are really funny or something, because I just heard, don't get it twisted. like, yes, you're very calm, cool, and collected on the outside, but I feel like on the inside, you also have this, like, this passion for life, this passion for learning, for exploration and travel. So it's a really interesting balance of energy that you guys have. And I just heard, I'm pretty sure it's from Forrest Gump, where it's like, life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. So people find you to be very exciting to be around. Did I say that right? People find you very exciting to be around. Okay. Spirit guides, please, why do people love my pile number ones, please? Why do people love my pile ones? Oh my god. I don't think we're gonna take these. It's a lot. Okay. Why do people love my pile number ones? Do you go camping a lot? I don't know why I'm getting that. Maybe you go camping. Do you bring people on like your camping trips? Maybe people who would like never typically do that kind of thing. I'm also hearing guided tours. So maybe you do that. I thought a card flipped. Did it? No, I guess not. Okay. Let's see. Why do people love my... Okay, I literally just heard you are a star. You're a star. Like, you're a star, period. Oh, wow. Look at this. We have the Wheel of Fortune coming out. Yes, that's what I was saying. Wow, and we also have the Fool. Yeah, you have a very carefree energy, and being carefree is different than being careless, okay? You're definitely not careless. You care a lot. You care a great deal. You're not just like... It's like you're go with the flow, but you're also not just letting the wind take you anywhere it wants to. You're not directionless, okay? You have a sense of direction and you know where you want to go, but you're not too fussy about the route that you take to get there. You're not fussy about if there's detours that come up or if there's a closed road and you have to, figure out a new solution, is something that I'm getting. There's a very strong... Okay, I don't know. I just heard fortune has their eye on you. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming out. And let's grab one more card. Why do people love my pile ones, please, spirit guides? I'm getting this message of it's like you're the next generation. Okay, like you're the next generation of like whatever you do as a craft. So maybe you inherited a certain skill, or you've developed a certain skill, and it's like now you're the next generation of like healers, or you're the next generation of teachers, or I don't know, musicians, or like something. I don't know, there's something with the next generation. It's like you're being passed the torch and now it's your turn to lead and guide the next generation. I don't know. There's a lot about like information, teaching, education, like very strong Sagittarius energy. I'm also getting really strong Mercury energy. Okay. Let's see. We also have the Four of Wands. Okay. On the back of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. You guys, people love you because you love to have a good time. It's going back to this carefree energy. You're like, Hakuna Matata, okay? Like, like it's all good. You have this laid back energy that people just, like, they drink that shit up, okay? Like, and I feel like you are very good at protecting your energy and that you spend a lot of time alone to make sure that you're like recharging and things like that. But it's like, one thing that people love about you is that when they're around you, they don't feel stressed out. It's like sometimes you hang out with people and everyone just complains about how stressful everything is and how terrible everything is, and like complain and gossip, and it's just like, it doesn't make you feel good. And then there's certain people that you hang around and it's like they make you forget all your worries, they make you forget what you're stressed out about. You feel so much more relaxed, you're laughing and joking and having a good time and just like being really present and in the moment. And I feel like you're that antidote for a lot of people. It's like, people love that you're not afraid to just get up and go. You're not afraid to just change on a dime. I feel like you're really spontaneous and you're down for the adventure. I feel like that's your motto. You're like, I'm down. Okay? If you're going in this direction and life is like, actually, we're gonna go this way, you're like, I'm down. If your friend texts you at like 9 o'clock at night and is like, hey, want to go for a late night drive with me and like go to the diner, you're like, I'm down. If your partner messages you and they're like, hey, you want to go to New York this weekend, you're like, I'm down. It's like, I feel like you're the sidekick. But not to say that you're not a main character, because you absolutely are. But people look at you like, if I need someone to back me up, if I need like company, if I need, just someone by my side, it's like, yeah, I'm going to call Pyle 1. Pyle 1 will help me. Pyle 1 will be down to help me out in this situation. You also have this like very like nurturing maternal energy, regardless of if you identify as male or female or any way you identify. You have this very nurturing energy, and I feel like you like to mother people too. It's like, even if this is just with pets, if it's with kids, if it's with your friends, people who are older than you, I feel like you have a bit of this like protective energy. And if like someone is sad or someone's upset, you're like, oh, what's wrong? Like, how can I help you? Like, okay, let me wrap you up in this blanket and like, I'm gonna make you a tea and let me make you some soup and we can cry together and we'll watch a funny movie and I'll give you this tub of ice cream. It's like, it's like, I feel like you just want to nurture and take care of people, your passions, things that you love. It's like, I also, okay, people think that you have a green thumb, like you're really good with plants. Do you have a thriving garden or something like that? Or maybe you know a lot about herbs, herbalism, plant medicine, or just like growing like fruits and vegetables, harvesting. There's something about that. It's just this like very cozy, homey feel to you. People also see you as extremely abundant. Okay, Pyle 1, like when people think of you or look at you, they literally, okay, what I'm seeing and how they're making me feel is that your aura is this like bright, like beautiful golden light that is literally sparkling with like freaking glitter, okay? And this just follows you everywhere you go, and it's like the heavens are smiling down upon you, okay? This is how people look at you. Now, that's not to discredit any hard work that you've done or are doing, but people just see you as a naturally blessed and abundant person. Whether this has to do with financial abundance, an abundance of good health. I also just heard glow up. So I don't know if that's something that you've been going through, if you've been like changing your diet or working on your fitness or just like making changes. Which, okay, people also love that you're willing to make the changes that are necessary to improve your life. It's like you're very honest with yourself in that way. Like, let's say you eat a lot of chicken nuggets every day, okay? And then you get to this point where you realize, like, maybe it's not really healthy for me to eat like 50 chicken nuggets a day, even though I love it so much. And you're like, okay, I recognize that this is true, and so I'm going to reduce my chicken nugget intake. People are like, wow, like, I really respect you for being so honest with yourself and being like, you know, this probably isn't the best for me. And instead of judging myself, I'm just going to do better now. But okay, going back to this idea of abundance, it's like you're also an abundance of wisdom, an abundance of knowledge, an abundance of joy. It's like you know how to have fun, and people just really appreciate and love this so much about you. There's this interesting balance of like, I feel like you're an old soul, but your inner child is also really prominent in your life. So it's like you have this wisdom of knowing that you're on the right path and everything's going to be fine, and that you're going to end up exactly where you need to end up, paired with this like enthusiasm and zest for life and this like curiosity and willingness to explore and go into uncharted territory. It's this really interesting balance of like, it's like you speak like a sage, but you act like an enthusiastic child, is almost the vibe that I get. So I feel like there's maybe people who have like seen how you behave, and they might think like, oh, okay, Pyle 1 is just like has a lot of energy and is really enthusiastic and like whatever. And then they hear you talk and they're like, oh, like Pyle 1 is really intelligent. Like Pyle 1 has seen some things, has been through some things, like they know a lot. And then vice versa. Maybe some people hear you speak and they're like, wow, Pyle 1 is very stoic, very intelligent. They must be really educated and, you know, professional and all of these things. And then maybe they see you in a social setting or hanging out with friends and you're like being completely silly, and they're just very surprised and they're like, oh, like I didn't know Pyle 1 had that side to them where they're able to just like let loose and have fun. So it's this interesting balance that you have that really catches people's attention, and they love this about you. It's like the best of both worlds is how I want to put it. Wow, okay, I really love this. We are going to close this reading out. I'm going to get some advice for you on how you can better love yourself. So, Spirit guides, please, for my Pyle 1s, what advice is there? How can Pyle 1 better love themselves? What's something Pyle 1 can do to better love themselves? Okay, so we have sync with the moon. I just saw 2222 on the timer. Okay. Sync with the moon, and wow, we have look to the stars on the back of the deck. So I'm definitely getting astrology vibes, astronomy vibes, cosmology, anything to do with space. You may resonate with being a starseed. Yeah, I'm getting something about like looking into your birth chart and finding out more information. like, you know, learning about the different zodiac signs, learning about the different planets, the different houses, understanding how these affect each other in your birth chart. Yeah, I keep hearing the key. Like, the key is in your birth chart or something like that. This could hold a lot of wisdom for you and help you to understand yourself on another level, on a deeper level. Whether this is something you've never done before or something that you've already have done many times, like maybe you love this kind of stuff and you're like, yeah, I already know like what sign all of my planets are in and stuff like that. There's this message about looking into it again, and specifically about the moon. I want to see what phase or what sign the moon is in for you. And it, you know, it's funny, I was actually gonna do it before I started and I didn't. So okay, so right now when I'm recording, we are in the last quarter moon in Scorpio. Wow, okay. So that could be significant. Oh, and wasn't I even saying at the very beginning, like maybe you have a fire sun and like a water moon or something like that? Look into your moon sign and keep track with the lunar cycle, not just the different phases, but also what sign the moon is in. Because I think it changes about every 2 days, and it's like pay attention to how you feel when the moon is in each of the different signs, and also how that how compatible that is with your own moon sign. And you can use this information to help you make decisions or plan when you're gonna do certain things. Okay, Pyle 1, this is what I'm seeing for you. I love this reading. I love your energy. Let me know down in the comments what you thought. I hope that this helped. I hope that this made you feel really nice today. Thank you so, so much for letting me read for you. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Hey there, Pyle 2. If you chose the Tree Agate and the Prisma Visions Tarot, this is going to be your reading. We are going to find out why people love you. What do people love about you? We're going to get straight in with some oracle cards before we do the tarot. And so when I was tuning into your energy, I very clearly heard get jiggy with it. Like very clearly. And they're showing me Will Smith and like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I don't know if you love that show, or Philadelphia is significant, or I don't know, are you a 90s baby? Cause same. Or maybe you just have this like retro vintage kind of vibe to you. But I keep being taken back to the song. Do you like to dance? Do you like to just like bust a move? Whether this is professional or not, like I feel like you're very funny, and I feel like you're very expressive, especially when it comes to body language, movement, dancing. You probably talk with your hands a lot. I feel like you're just very theatrical is the word that I want to use. Okay, wow. All right, Spirit guys, what is it about my Pyle 2s that people love? Why do people love my Pyle 2s, please? Why do people love my Pyle 2s? Ooh, wow, okay, we have Enlightenment literally flying out of the deck. Oh yeah, okay. Let's get one more card. Okay. This I don't think this will resonate for everyone, and like whatever. but I'm getting like stoner vibes from you. With this tree agate and this enlightenment card. This is so funny. I've literally have never gotten this before in a reading, but I get this vibe from you. Whether you do that or not, maybe you're just like very hippie, very like maybe you're a naturalist, maybe you really enjoy nature, plant medicine, things like this, like psychedelics. Allen Ginsberg is coming to mind. And Aldous Huxley as well. Okay. Even if you don't do these things, maybe you just find it really, really interesting to learn about, read about, watch documentaries, things like that. Or if you use those things to create art or to... I feel like you have really deep conversations with people. Like, you're definitely the friend that will, like, talk about aliens and space and, like, really crazy, cool, out there things like that. Okay, we also have forgiveness coming out. On the back of the deck, we have flow. You're very intuitive, and yeah, there's definitely a lot of depth to you. I feel like, yeah, you're definitely a night owl. You're very nocturnal. I feel like you get a lot of really cool creative ideas at nighttime, or there's something about the night that really inspires you. So again, like space, stars, the universe, things like that. And with this forgiveness card, it's making me feel like you have such a macro perspective that you're like, you know what? Like, it's fine. It doesn't even matter. In the grand scheme of things, it's like, I'm not going to harbor resentment. I'm just going to forgive and move on. Like, I feel like you're not the type to hold a grudge. I feel like you are deeply compassionate and, like, you're really woke, okay? And, like, I know that saying that is kind of cliche or, like, whatever, you know, people want to jump on this trend of being woke, but it's like, I feel like you actually are. You have such an understanding of how things truly operate. They're actually showing me in the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed. One of the cards, it's card number 44, and it says Divine Matrix on it. It's like you see the Matrix and you're like, I ain't living in it. Like, no. I mean, you have such a macro perspective, such a wide, broad perspective that it's almost like it's easy for you to be compassionate and be forgiving towards others because it's like you see, you know, you understand. And so it's like your ego doesn't get in the way of these things where, like maybe in a situation where someone would be really emotionally triggered, you don't react that way. And you're just like, you're an observer, okay? You're an observer, and people appreciate this about you. They really love that it's like you're really grounded and you're not easily thrown off center. Like, there could be chaos happening around you and you are just sitting there vibing and you're like, I'm good. Like, oh, I just heard nothing's gonna change my world. So yeah, it's like your inner world is so solid, you're so centered and grounded that it's like there could be so much chaos happening around you and you're not affected, and you're not gonna, it's like you might get involved, but not in a way that's adding to the chaos, but in a way that dissolves it. Okay? So we also have You the Muse coming out. Beautiful. Wow, and I love this lotus flower with the Enlightenment card here. Wow, and on the back of the deck we have Light and the Unexpected. Okay, so respectively, these cards make me think of the Empress and the Tower because we have the number 3 and 16 here. Yeah, you definitely, you have a really strong crown chakra too. So it's like you download this information. Okay, the way that they're showing it to me is like you are a conductor. And I don't mean in a musical sense. I mean like in terms of electricity. So it's like you get these downloads, okay, from source, from higher dimensions, whatever, that come through your crown chakra, and you ground it into the earth. You ground it into this reality, and you spread this wisdom, either through your art, through what you say to people, through how you live, how you act. It's like you are literally a conduit for the divine. Wow, okay. And I'm also hearing Reach Out and Touch Faith. So that song could be significant too. Maybe you're clairaudient. I'm getting a lot of music references. But I also feel like something else that people really love about you, Pyle, too, is that like you are this beam of light when things feel hopeless. Like, again, I'm being taken to this scenario where there's a lot of chaos happening and maybe things are falling apart, things are going to shit, and then it's like you show up and you're this beacon of light, and it's like even if you don't do or say anything, just your presence alone like fixes or helps the situation, and people are like, oh my god, you are such a saving grace. Oh wow, that was fast. Oh, very interesting. Okay, so we have this tiny elephants card coming out, which is unique to this deck. It's an extra major arcana card, and this card talks about having well, it talks about perspective. Okay, so to me it's a bit similar to the Hanged Man in that sense of having a different perspective. You have such a unique way of looking at the world that most people have never heard of. They've never thought of it that way before. And you really, okay, I just heard you're here to seed the light. But what I was going to say was that, like, you're here to spread information or share these visions, share these ideas with people to help expand their consciousness. I feel like people really learn a lot from you. Even if, like, okay, I get this feeling that it's like you might say things to people, and at first, people are like, that's preposterous. Like, what are you talking about, Pyle 2? Like, you're just going on one of your crazy antics again. And then some time will pass, and this person will realize, oh shit, when Pyle 2 said that thing that they said to me, like, wow, they were really right. They knew exactly what they were talking about. And then they have this, like, full circle moment of, like, realizing how in tune you are, and how it's like they get this feeling that you're on to something, but it's like now they know it because they experience it for themselves. So it's like you trigger people's spiritual awakening, or you trigger people to grow or expand their consciousness in new ways that they never would have been able to do on their own. It's like they're showing me a fairy godmother, but instead of just like, here's your blessings, you're like, here's some wisdom, here's the download, I'm gonna help you rip down the matrix. Like, that's what you do. Yeah, like sage, guru, teacher, guide kind of energy, which is interesting because some of these things came up in pile 1, but the energy was a bit different. So I wonder if you were also drawn to that pile. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles coming out. We also have the Ace of Swords coming out. And let's get one more card. Why do people love my pile 2s, please, Spirit Guides? Why do people love my pile 2s? Oh my god, okay. I just heard, what is it called? Hold on. I just heard the song Hideaway by Kaisa. Like the first line goes, "You're taking me higher than I've ever been before." So more references to things that we were talking about at the beginning. But okay, we also have the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles coming out. And on the back of the deck, we have Judgment. Yeah, exactly. It's like you literally open... Okay, here's the thing. This is what you do. Imagine the store is closed, okay? And people are like, oh, cool, there's a door. I bet on the other side of that is a bathroom, or it's a bedroom, or maybe it's the front entrance and I'm just gonna walk outside and walk down the driveway. And you're like, not quite. And you open the door and it's this like space vortex and people are like, what? That exists? I can do that? I didn't know that was possible. And you're like, yep, there's actually a lot of stuff that you can do that you may not have ever been aware of. And it's like you open people up to this. You really, you're a change maker. And I don't, why did that make me think of High School Musical? I think there was a scene, okay, you know in the first High School Musical where Troy and Gabriella are on the basketball court and then the coach comes and they get in trouble and Gabriella leaves and then Coach Bolton has this whole like talk with Troy. I don't know why that's coming to mind. What does he say? Change maker. I don't know. A lot of people look up to you though. A lot of people look up to you. A lot of people want to have what you have. Maybe materially, but I feel more it's like people want to be able to feel how you feel. People want to be able to live how you live. And not just because of like the specific lifestyle, but because you have the confidence to be authentically you. Okay, so you might have people who try to imitate you or your lifestyle. And I feel like they have good intentions about doing this, but it's like actually what they're looking for is that ability to feel confident to live life authentically. So it's not just specifically the lifestyle you have, but the fact that you know that this lifestyle is authentic to you and you're out here living it, doing it, breathing it every single day and feeling confident about it. I also feel like you are very motivational, and this is something else that people love. Like if someone comes to you with an idea, you're gonna hype them up and you're gonna be like, yes, like you should start that project. Yes, you should try that new hobby. Yes, you should take that solo trip. Like you really inspire people to go after what they want and to invest their time, their energy into things that bring them joy or things that they're curious about, things that they're passionate about. I feel like you really encourage people to learn as much as they can. Like if someone is like, oh, I really want to be, I don't know, I really want to be a drummer. You would inspire that person to not just, practice playing the drums, but to also, you know, maybe learn some music theory, maybe watch interviews of famous drummers, or take a master class, or read a book, watch a documentary, talk to people, like all of these different things, so that you could be the best at what it is that you want to do. You're the kind of person that recognizes that there's space for everybody, and there's not really any competition, which is why, like, when there's chaos around you, because they kept showing me the 5 of Wands, it's like when there's chaos or competition around you, it's like it doesn't affect you because you don't even believe in it. Like, you don't believe in competition because there's room for everybody. There's room for everybody to win. And so you're not the kind of person who's going to, like, hold on to information or hold on to techniques. It's like, I feel like you're very open and willing to share what you know to help people develop in a certain area. You're not afraid that if you help someone and they become successful, that takes away from your success. So there's like a very you have a lot of integrity, and people really, really respect you about this. And you have this way of, like, of being honest or teaching or sharing information that's very amicable, and it's not condescending, or you don't make others feel inferior to you. It's like we're all on the same level. And people really, really love and appreciate this about you. And then I also just got this, like, message of Excalibur and King Arthur and stuff like that. And it's like, I feel like you're the one who pulled the sword out of the stone, and people are looking at you doing the impossible, and they're, like, shocked and inspired, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe Pyle 2 was able to do that. Like, if Pyle 2 can do that, like, I must be able to do something too. I must be able to do that too. I can be successful too. I can be happy too. I can be healthy too. It's like there's, and you know, the biggest part about this is I feel like you don't, it's like you don't do any of this on purpose. It's like you're just doing it. It's just natural. You're just being authentically you. And it's like you don't even really realize, like, the impact that you have on people. And that's something else that people love about you. It's like you're just being you, and who you are is so freaking magical and inspirational. And people are just like, wow, I feel so blessed to know Pyle 2 and to be able to learn from them or be inspired by them. So I love that. Okay. We are going to close your reading off by getting some advice on how you could better love yourself. So let's see. Spirit guides, please, for my Pyle 2s. How can my Pyle 2s better love themselves? We have Sweet Treat. Oh my god. I can't. Oh my god. When I saw this, I thought brownies. Okay, so I don't know. I keep getting these stoner references, you guys. That is so funny. Okay. It's a lot of cards. Let's get one more card. But with Sweet Treat here, yeah, maybe let yourself indulge in whatever your favorite dessert is. Maybe you eat really healthy, you eat really clean, or something like that. And so maybe you just don't really let yourself indulge a lot. Or even if you do, I mean, whatever. Have a sweet treat. Okay, we also have movement. So I like this because I feel like this is a really nice balance of, like, indulging in something like dessert that makes you feel really good on a soul level, you know what I mean? But then also balancing this out with movement, whether this is like exercising, going for walks, doing yoga, swimming, dancing, tai chi, whatever this is. The advice is to, strike a balance between movement, flow, and also allowing yourself to indulge in some delicious treats. Or maybe you want to learn how to bake, or learn how to bake like a specific thing, like cookies, or like you want to learn how to bake pie or something like that. Yes, indulge in the sweet side of life too. There's also a lot of strawberries here, I'm noticing. I don't actually know. I'm trying to think what strawberries symbolize. Fertility. It's taking me to the Empress, and it's also making me think of, I think strawberries are a symbol of Aphrodite, which is interesting because the last video that I uploaded was messages from Aphrodite. So if you haven't checked out that video, I'll link it below for you. There could be messages for you there because it's really interesting that it's sticking out so strongly to me. But pile number 2, this is your reading. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I love this so much. I really love your energy. You're an amazing person. I hope that this helped in some way, made you feel good. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I love you so, so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Hey there, Pile 3. If you chose the Rainbow Moonstone and the New Moon Tarot, this is your reading. We're going to be finding out why people love you. What is it that people love about you? So, when I was tuning into your energy, I was hearing the word quintessential, and then I was also hearing star quality. So this is very interesting. It's feeling kind of mysterious to me. Let's see, so we have wisdom coming out. This actually came out in another group. Why do people love my pile? Oh my god. My pile 3s. Wow. All right. So we also have love coming out. How beautiful. On the back of the deck, we have community. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, interesting. I also just saw 111 on the timer too. And with this message of star quality, I'm getting this feeling that it's like you are someone's wish come true, a dream come true. Whether this has to do in a romantic sense or platonic sense or whatever the case is, people feel like you're a dream come true. It's like you are exactly what people need. Okay, and I know that that sounds really vague, and you know, people have different needs, but it's like there's something about you that just ticks all the boxes. You have such a deep well of love within you. You're so caring and compassionate. You're very empathetic. You are excellent at listening to people is something else that I'm getting. The vibe that I'm getting is like, you know, when you're at a party or something like this and there's a lot of people and someone's talking and then they just get interrupted a lot, or people will bulldoze over them and start talking over them and things like that. I feel like you're the person who will continue to listen to that one person, even if everybody else is having a different conversation. Like, you're the person who's like, hey, don't worry, I'm listening to what you're saying. And people really, really appreciate that, like, so much about you. People love that they know that you care. It's like you genuinely care about people. You care about their well-being. You care about their happiness. You care about their success. You want to see people thrive. You want to see people living their best lives. And I feel like you're the kind of person that really helps people to reach their goals. It's like you help people to see the way forward, whether it's by encouraging them or pointing them in a new direction or connecting them with someone that they need, or just offering your support. Okay, so we're taking all of these. All right. So we have raw intention with number 22. We have magic happens when you most expect it with the number 44. And then we have limitations inspire innovations. Wow, okay. So, okay, this is interesting. I'm getting a side message because this may not be something that people like know about necessarily, but I feel like you astral travel a lot, or astral project when you're dreaming, things like this. And maybe this is something that you know or that you don't know, or other people know or don't know, but there's something about like, there's this otherworldliness to you, almost like an ethereal kind of quality where most people would see an obstacle or see a dead end or see no way to move forward. You're the kind of person that sees solutions, okay? Like there's people that make problems and then there's people that find solutions, and you're the kind of person that finds solutions, okay? And this is also why like people really love and appreciate that they can come to you, whether it's to vent or to get advice, because it's like not only are you such a great listener and you genuinely care, but you're also the kind of person who finds solutions and finds a way forward. Even if things seem completely hopeless, it's like you're still able to see the beauty in it. You're still able to see the light within the dark. You're still able to see the magic in the mundane, okay? And you have this essence to you where it's like when you set your mind to something, when there's something that you want, whether it's a goal or like a literal object or something, it's like you always get what you want. You're an excellent manifester, Pyle 3. Like your manifestation skills are on point, and it's because you have so much heart, you have such a capacity to feel, and it's really easy for you to tap into your emotions, and so it's easy for you to manifest what you want because you believe it. You know that there's this magic to life. You know that there's serendipity and synchronicity, and also knowing this helps you to not give up. Okay, so it's like in situations where maybe someone's trying to create a business or manifest something and it's taking a long time and they give up because they're like, well, it hasn't happened yet. You're the kind of person who's like, I don't see it in my physical reality yet, but I know that things are happening behind the scenes. And I'm going to keep focusing my intention on this. I'm going to keep being grateful and feeling good about this process because I just know it's going to happen. You have this unwavering faith in yourself and in the universe. And people love this about you because when they lose faith and when they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, they look to you. And now I'm hearing that Miley Cyrus song, When I Look at You. So that song could be significant. I also feel like, you've actually gone through a lot in your life, and other people look at you and are like, if I went through what Pyle 3 went through, whether they know the full story or they only know a little bit of it, if I went through what they went through, I would be so bitter. I would feel so angry at the world, or I would feel so, you know, full of sorrow. But it's like somehow it made you better, not bitter. It made you more compassionate. It made you softer. It didn't harden you. And it also somehow didn't allow you to lose faith. And people find this so awe-inspiring, and you really inspire people to just be better and to keep going, even when things seem really tough or it seems like there's no way of something working out. You're like the epitome of if there's a will, there's a way. And people love that they can always just rely on your unwavering faith and your energy of like, no, let's find a solution to this. No, there's a way to make this happen. Yeah, there's a really strong optimism about you. So let's see. Okay, what else, Spirit? We have the 10 of Wands coming out. Why do people love my Pyle 3s? I just heard you're a diamond in the rough. And I'm also getting this scenario of like, you know how diamonds are formed under pressure? People look at you this way. Maybe you feel like you thrive when you're under pressure. There's this proverb, I think it's a Mexican proverb, I'm not 100% sure, but it goes, they tried to bury us but didn't know we were seeds. And I feel like that's you. Like, you were planted, buried, pushed into the dark, and those difficult and challenging times made you so much stronger, so much brighter, so much more you, that you're able to spread this love and joy to other people as well. It's like other people find it really encouraging. Like, okay, if Pyle 3 went through that and came out on the other side and, you know, are literally thriving and are so kind and sweet and caring and compassionate, then surely I can also get through what I'm going through, and, you know, I'm strong too. Okay, we also have the 6 of Swords. Yeah. We have the Hermit. And let's get one more card. Okay, wow, yeah, look at that. We have the High Priestess as well. Yeah, not surprised. On the back of the deck, the King of Cups. Yeah, okay. Very, very intuitive. You've definitely have gone through some kind of like an ego death, dark night of the soul, spiritual awakening, something like that, because I can definitely tell that you've been through a lot. And it's really admirable that you're able to come out on the other side with so much like grace and composure and be so embodied in your feminine energy and be open and receptive and loving and able to flow. There's something about your voice as well. People find your voice very soothing or very beautiful. I don't know if you sing, if you speak, teach, write, or if just communication is a really important aspect of your work or your day-to-day life. But there's something with the way that you speak. I wonder if if your Venus is in an air sign or something like that, or if your Mercury is in like Libra or Taurus or just like something like this, it's like you have a very nice voice. I'm even getting like ASMR kind of stuff. Like you just have a really nice voice. And I also just heard audiobooks. So yeah, like there's something about your voice that is really beautiful, or even if it's not necessarily like soothing and relaxing, there's something about your voice that people love. Like maybe you have a very endearing accent, or maybe you are really good at doing different voices, like voice acting and stuff like that, or you speak very clearly, or you're very loud, or yeah, there's something about your voice or your laugh that is very identifiable and characteristic to you. It's like when people think of you, they think of your voice, your laugh, or like some kind of communication. Okay, interesting. Yeah, like you are definitely a light to other people. You really help to guide other people, whether you know it or not. You really help guide people through their darkest and most difficult moments, whether you are aware of it or not. Like people may not tell you 100% what's going on in their life, but you'll hang out or you'll spend time together, you'll have a conversation with them, and like something that you said or just your presence, the way that you go about things, it really inspires and helps people out. And you really help to like usher people forward, to move forward out of situations that make them feel heavy, or that they know aren't aligned with them, that they know aren't the best for them. And you help to kind of give them a gentle push in the right direction towards finding something that works better for them, and to creating more balance and harmony in their life. I'm also getting strong Cancer energy coming through, which comes back to that kind of like, was it this group that I was saying this? Like very maternal energy. I would say that your heart and your throat chakra are two very, very important chakras to you. Now, like, of course, all of the chakras are important, but everyone is a little bit different. And some people, will operate more out of their solar plexus, or some people are very in their third eye. But I feel like for you, you're very heart and throat centered, and it's beautiful because you really speak from the heart, and you're very genuine, and you speak kindly with people. And you live in a way that's very authentic. Like you have, I feel repetitive, but I just want to keep saying, like, you have such a big heart, and your heart is so pure and so bright. And there's this energy about you that people feel protective about you. It's like, you're too precious for this world. Like, we must protect you, Pile 3. Like, I want to wrap you up in a blanket and like hold you close and put you in my pocket and just like take care of you. And that's how people like feel about you. It's like, you're so precious, you're so pure, you're so loving and kind and generous. It's like, we must protect you at all costs. Wow, okay. You also have this way of helping people understand their emotions, or working through their emotions. And what I'm getting is that because in one of the other piles, there was a very strong energy of teaching. And I get a similar energy for you, but it feels less formal. It feels like, rather than teaching through instruction or by, outlining like Okay, here are some steps that you can follow, some practical steps. I feel like you're more, it feels very much like the guru, it feels very much like the guru and the student, where the guru doesn't necessarily tell the student explicitly, like, this is the answer, but it's a conversation going back and forth. So yeah, it's almost like counselor, therapist kind of energy, where it's like, you're not just necessarily flat out being like, this is a problem, this is what is causing you to feel this way, or this is what's happening. It's like you'll ask questions or say things that are more open-ended to allow that person to reach their own conclusions, okay? Because it's like oh my god, that phrase is coming to mind where it's like, if you give a man a fish, I honestly, I don't really know what it is, but it's like, if you give a man a fish, then he'll eat, or you could teach a man to fish and then he can fish for himself and cook whenever he wants. I don't know. I know I completely butchered that, but I think you know what I'm talking about. So it's like, you guide people to be their own teacher. You guide people to learn how to be their own guide. Simply just by saying the right things or asking the right kind of questions to kind of probe and allow them to reach their own conclusions. It's like a very specific energy, and I really hope that makes sense, because I don't know how else to say that. Okay. I want to close this reading off by getting some advice for you as to how you can better love yourself. So, Spirit guides, please, how can Pyle 3 better love themselves? Okay, thank you. So the first card that we had come out was Massage. And then we also have Movement. Okay, so a lot about the physical body here. On the back of the deck, we have Flow like water. So getting more in touch with your body is something that I see that will help you to love yourself more. Like, whether you literally go for a massage or give yourself a massage or learn about different pressure points, or other things that are coming to mind are like acupuncture and Reiki and things like this. And I love that we have movement with massage, because this is telling me that physical activity will be really important for you. Like, sometimes this movement card, it makes me think more of like doing yoga, which is very, you know, mind, body, soul kind of work, which, yes, still do yoga. I can see that being very beneficial for you. But I'm getting this like very heavy emphasis on like the physical body, physical realm, 3D realm. So like exercising, going for walks, maybe running, hiking, boxing, Pilates, Zumba, you know, like things like this. I feel like it would really help you on your self-love journey. Okay, Pyle 3, this is everything that I'm seeing. I loved your reading. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I hope that this helped in some way and helped make you feel good. I love you so much. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Hey, Pyle 4, if you chose the Orange Calcite and the El Dios de los Tres Tarot, this is your reading. We're going to be finding out why people love you. I'm so excited. So when I was tuning into your energy right away, I was hearing that song that's like, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. So, I feel like you're a big ball of energy. Okay, so we have diligence coming out. All right, diligence. What else? Why do people love my pile number 4s? Ah, okay. So we have miracles and we also have forgiveness. Miracles. I'm hearing that song. It's called Blessings by Chance the Rapper, and there's a few other artists on there. Go listen to that song. That's like one of my favorite songs when I put it on shuffle, because there's like a line that goes, "Are you ready for your blessings? Are you ready for your miracle?" And they just like keep repeating it. And so I'm hearing that song. Diligence, miracles, forgiveness. On the back of the deck, we have transformation. Wow. Pile 4, what people love about you is you're so hardworking. You put so much energy and passion into life. Like, you really commit yourself, and when you're committed to something or when you invest in something, you're in it. You're like mind, body, energy, like you're there. You show up and you get the work done, and you always end up reaping the fruits of your labor and enjoying your success, enjoying all the abundance you receive after this. And people literally like see you. Okay, well, actually, here's the thing. A lot of people don't see the work that you put in. They just see all the blessings that you receive because of your hard work. And they're like, what? Like, what is Pile 4 doing? How is Pile 4 doing that? And maybe like some people, you know, are like, oh, they get everything handed to them, or they're just lucky, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, like, you're actually so hardworking and dedicated. Like, I feel like you're the kind of people who work in silence. You're like, I don't need to be telling people my plans all the time. I don't need to be talking about the moves I'm gonna make. I'm just gonna make my moves, and you know, that's it. Like, there's no more to it. People love that you reach for the stars. You go above and beyond, and it's like there's no such thing as limits to you. Like, if something sounds impossible, if something sounds like, oh, that would be really hard to do, or oh, that would be whatever, you're like, I'm game. Like, challenge accepted. I will do it, and I will literally show you that it's not impossible. It may take a long time, it may not be easy, but I will show you that it's actually possible. And people are just like completely astounded at how much willpower you have. I'm getting like a strong solar plexus energy, and I'm also getting strong Capricorn energy, even Taurus energy. Yes, okay. You're very loyal. Like, you're loyal to yourself, to your goals, to your friends, to your passions. And I just heard you're not a fair weather friend. Yeah, so it's like, it may not be easy. No, how do I want to say this? I feel like you have a close-knit, a tight circle of like friends, trusted loved ones, you know, whatever. And I feel like you're definitely kind to everyone, but you don't necessarily like let people in easily. So when you do let people into your inner world and things like that, it's like people know that they'll be there for a long time. It's like, why is this so hard to say? Hold on. It's like you value quality over quantity when it comes to friends and connections in general. And you're very discerning and you don't let just anybody into your life. But once you feel like you can trust someone, it's like they'll be in your life for a really long time. And people really love that they can rely on you. I feel like you're also really honest. And you have this practical side to you where like you're not afraid to be honest about, like, let's say a friend comes to you and they're like, I have this great business idea that I want your opinion on. And you're like, okay, cool. Like, I'm really excited. Let's hear it. And they tell you their opinion, they tell you their idea, and immediately you can point out a couple of things that, like, you know, maybe are red flags or like a challenge or just like something to know. And it's like, you'll be straight up with them and like, you'll be honest and be like, okay, I don't think this part of the plan is viable, or I don't know if that would be the best way to go about it. Or it's like, even the example of like, you know, when you're getting dressed to go out and you ask your friend like, oh, do you like my outfit? Like, do I look okay? Like, some people will be like, oh yeah, you look great, because they don't, you know, they feel weird about being honest. It's like, you'll be like, actually, you should change. Like, that doesn't look good on you. But you're not coming from a mean place. Like, you say it very kindly and compassionately, but you're honest. And people really appreciate this. So if you ever feel like kind of bad for, you know, saying the truth, don't feel bad, because this is something that people really love and appreciate, like, so much that you do. So we also have the good kind coming out, as well as gratitude again. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you have really good intentions, and it's like you're not out here trying to be malicious or to hurt people or to like destroy their dreams. It's like you're being honest because you want to help them. You're being honest because you care about them. And it's not just like, oh, I think that's a bad idea, and then you leave. It's like, I can see how this part of your business plan might cause some challenges or problems for you, but here are some solutions that I thought of. Or maybe you could look into this, or maybe you want to research that more, and that'll help you. Or, you know, that outfit isn't flattering on you, but I have something that you can borrow that would look amazing. Or like, you should wear those jeans that you wore last week because they made your butt look amazing. Or like, you know, whatever. It's like, you're not just saying it to be mean. You're saying it because you care and you like want people to thrive. You want people to do well, and you want people to feel good too. So you're going to help them. You're going to tell them. You're going to say what's up. You know, it's like, you're also the kind of friend who's like, oh, you have something stuck in your teeth, or, you know, you have dirt on your butt, or there's something stuck on your shoe. It's like, you're just that person who like will tell people, and like literally people appreciate that so much about you. Okay, let's get more info. Spirit, what am I saying? Why do people love my pile fours, please? Okay, let's see. So we have the 9 of Cups. That's like, okay, yeah. We have the Knight of Swords. Literally right at the beginning, wasn't I saying, actually, I'm getting confused. I don't know if it was this group or not. In one of the groups, I was saying that you literally feel like a dream come true, or like star quality or something. I actually don't remember. But regardless, it's coming up here. Let's see, why do people love my pile 4s, Spirit? Why do people love my pile 4s? Yeah, like you're very honest with this Knight of Swords. You're very honest, but it's not in a cruel way. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. What else? Let's get another card. Why do people love my pile 4s, please, Spirit Guides? Why do people love my pile 4s? I keep hearing that blessing song. Go listen to it after this reading because it is so good. It gets me in a good mood. Ooh, okay, we have 2 cards here. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and we also have the 7 of Wands in reverse. Okay. On the back of the deck, we have the 8 of Swords. Okay. Another reason why people love you, pile 4, is you're not selfish. Like, yes, you have a lot of passion and a lot that you invest yourself into, and you're very dedicated, and you are self-centered, not in a negative way, but yes, you are very centered in yourself. You are focused on your own happiness, creating your own happiness, creating the life of your dreams, but you're not selfish. You're willing to share your resources with others so that they can do the same in their lives. Whether these resources are your time, your energy, your money, a listening ear, emotional support, like whatever it is that you offer people, or if maybe you're like a consultant, maybe you have a certain skill or expertise where you literally help people, or if it's in a more non-professional, casual way, you're very generous with your wisdom, your experience, and your energy too. And people really appreciate how much you help them out, whether it comes to their business, whether it comes to setting goals, to being disciplined. I feel like you're a role model for a lot of people. You have excellent work ethic. And you're very ambitious, but you're not the kind of person to like step on other people's toes or climb over other people just to get to the top. You're like, you're in your own lane, doing your own thing, and you're not really too concerned about what else is going on. You're like, you're climbing this mountain, trying to get to the top, trying to reach your goal, and there's other people who are also climbing this mountain, trying to reach their goal, and you're like, oh, are you heading to the top? Because I'm heading to the top. Like, we could head to the top together. Like, let's share information. Let's share inspiration. Let's help each other out. It's not just like me versus you. It's us. We're doing this independently, but we can also be doing it, you know, side by side. So I feel like you're a really good team player. And it's interesting because this came up in another group too, but it's like, I feel like you don't, even though you're so ambitious at the same time, like, I feel like you're not competitive with other people. The only competition that you have is with yourself. It's being better than you were yesterday or being better than you were last year. Okay, these are the kind of benchmarks that you have. You're not comparing yourself to other people or competing with other people to get to the top. It's like, it's about you. It's about you. And people really love this about you because I feel like this is really, it's like a breath of fresh air. I feel like, yes, there's such thing as healthy competition, but I also feel like a lot of times that it gets out of hand really quickly, and people get really caught up on like competition and comparing ourselves, and like, yeah, these are normal things. And so I feel like people find it really refreshing that you're not too concerned with what else is going on. It's like you're just focused on your own lane and doing your own thing and like marching to the beat of your own drum. It's like you have a good head on your shoulders, and you have a lot of experience and wisdom and knowledge to share with people. And it's like you're very open to sharing that kind of information. I also get this feeling that like things that you've said to people have really struck a chord with them, and it's like people will remember things that you said to them even if it's years later. Even if you met, you know, someone at a random party or at a random event or on the subway or at a store, like that's the extent of the impact that you have. Because even just a compliment or a passing comment or a suggestion or anything, it's like it really strikes a chord with people, and it's like it really shifts their perspective and gives them more hope and gives them more confidence. Like there's something about your energy where you seem so put together and so like refined. I don't know, like refined, elegant. I'm getting very strong like king energy. Gender aside, I just mean king in terms of like the suit and tarot, where it's like you seem like you're a master or very proficient at something. You could be like a boss or a CEO or run your own business, or you're just like very independent. And you have this air about you where you come off wealthy and successful, and like you know what you're talking about. So it's like when you give someone a compliment, or when you you know, support someone or validate them, or give them a suggestion, people really take it to heart, and they really remember not just what you said, but also how you made them feel. And I think you would really be surprised at like how much of an impact this has had on people. I'm also getting this thing where it's like you really do your homework. You don't just jump into things all willy-nilly. It's like you do your research, you compile your information. I feel like you're the type of people who really love spreadsheets or like taking notes and being organized and like having a whole game plan. But at the same time, it's like once you have the information that you need, it's full steam ahead, okay? Because sometimes it's like we'll get the information that we need, but then we don't really take action, and we keep just searching for more information and more information, and we try to know everything before we actually get started, and that prevents us from it prevents us from getting started, because like we can't possibly know everything. So of course there's always going to be more information to seek out. But it's like you'll get what you need to start, and you will go. It's like full steam ahead, and you just like you dive straight in. You're like, right, time to pull up my sleeves and like get to working. You're not afraid to put in the work. You're not afraid to put in the work. You're not afraid of things taking too long. It's like you're playing the long game here. And people really respect and admire this about you, because, you know, obviously you know too how prevalent instant gratification is, and it can be really hard when you're trying to build something that lasts, because you probably won't get that instant gratification. And it can feel really discouraging when living in a world of instant gratification and you're trying to build something long lasting, it's easy to give up quickly when you're not seeing the results that you expect to. But it's like, this doesn't throw you off your path. You're like, again, I'm not looking at what other people have, what other people are doing. I'm in my own lane here and I'm on my own timeline. And, you know, you can't rush a good thing. And so people really, really love and respect this about you, because I feel like it's very rare to have this kind of energy. Wow, okay. So I want to close the reading off by grabbing a couple of cards of advice to see how you can better love yourself. So let's see. Okay, so we have Be Still. And let's grab one more card. Yes, okay. With Be Still here, I definitely feel like you guys are quite busy. You're always learning, always moving, always on the go, always working, you know, helping people out, looking for new ideas and inspiration. I feel like you guys have a lot of hobbies too. And so taking time to find stillness and create stillness in your day where you can just like breathe out and just have that quietness in your mind. So something like a meditation practice where you meditate first thing in the morning before going off and, you know, doing all the things that you do, or going for a mindful walk during the day, or unwinding at nighttime and just sitting in silence would really benefit you. We also have Beauty Ritual coming out. I love this. So yeah, some kind of self-care that you really enjoy doing that maybe you don't do often because you're so busy. Like you feel like getting your nails done, getting your hair done. If you like piercings or tattoos, or if you like going for a massage or going to the spa, doing a facial, like whatever it is, even taking a bath. Okay, create more time for yourself, because I can definitely tell that you like to invest your energy into a lot of different things, and this is amazing, Pile 4. But also be sure to invest some of that energy into yourself, into just being, into just enjoying life. Okay? So Pile 4, this is everything that I'm seeing. I loved your reading so much. You're an amazing person. Let me know down in the comments what you thought, how it resonates. I really hope that this helped in some way, or at least made you feel pretty good about yourself. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video.